I just don't trust this system.
No, not at all. And why should we? Nothing happens by chance. Nothing.
I'm at the point where I don't even know what's real or not.
Every single thing is orchestrated.
They have always been able to outsmart the American public.
I went from trusting everybody to now trusting nobody. I don't like anybody who governs us, to be honest with you.
What are we talking about?
The Simpsons predicting the future. Oh, Squid Game.
Chemtrails.
It's all about money. All of it.
We're just sold this idea that America is so great.
It's a scam. Trust nobody. They're going to make me into a meme of an old lady that says, "How did you live so long?" And I'm going to say, "Cigarettes and Diet Coke.
And wine.
And champagne." I'm not giving any fucks. Just be sure you put the, real pretty filter on this shit. You look beautiful.
So do you. Bitching and saying that you don't.
Because I don't. Look friendly. I look approachable. Also, I drank my champagne, so...
Give me your cup. I'll split it with you. Chug it real quick.
Yes.
Oops.
These are yours, yeah?
Yeah.
I like these.
So I kept breaking them. I only had 2 wine glasses left. So I went to Goodwill and I got 3 random ones. I think that might be one of them. Or maybe
from
this
Goodwill?
Is. Mm-hmm. Because they were 99 cents. We're literally going to have to funnel from the big one into this one.
I know.
Because I cannot not have it.
I hate the big one. I hate the big one.
It's really overwhelming.
It is. It's like the spoon thing.
We could talk about your job decision.
No, it's boring. It's like, which retail do I choose? Dixie?
Give me your phone. I just need to be able to insert what this looks like. Dixie, it's time to film. Come on.
Do you think she's afraid of the big black TV? Because she's afraid of black things. She's been staring at the mic for so long.
I know one she wasn't afraid of. They were obsessed with him.
Oh.
To a degree I've never seen.
Really?
With any man. And they love men. Obsessed with him. She literally would be smiling.
Really?
Cuddling him harder than she cuddles you.
Wow.
No offense.
He brainwashed her,
He did.
too.
And Maya. And then...
Yep. We're all victims.
Maya seemed a little bit more hesitant, though, because you were cautious.
So he kind of deserved the voice memos I sent him.
I didn't know they were voice memos.
Yeah, you said that you knew he.
I didn't know they were voice memos. I thought that you had left voice.
No, I told him
voicemails.
that he needs to fucking get his shit together because he's ruining your life.
Well, he wasn't ruining my life.
Well, he tried to. Maya, I love you so much. Okay, I'm just gonna. It's okay that you're on my leg. And I can't
Hold my cup.
No, it's okay. I like it. I just got to get used to it.
You're not gonna like it.
No, I will.
You just gotta let me move her.
No, I'm used to it now. It's only been August, September, 5.5 months since we started filming.
No, wrong.
We started filming in July. Our first weekend was in July.
August, September, October, November. 4 months.
Dang.
I always have to count months. Oh, you know what? I have an
so
interesting
long
question.
ago.
We still have to pop the champagne, but I have some. When you think of the calendar in your head, do you think of the year? Do you think of it's in a line? Do you think of it horizontal? Do you think January, February, March, April? Have you ever even thought about that? Because you're more visual, so I was like, well, I wonder what you see it as, because I don't. It's just the calendar. I mean, it's just the year. It's just the months to me. I don't have a way that I see it.
I feel like probably more linear, like a line, like you go through each month. However, okay.
I told you.
I know. I thought I could accept it.
Come here, baby.
I tried to get comfortable.
I know you want to lay, but you just get over
I feel like I... Welcome to episode 17. We're still doing the same shit. Just trying to get comfortable.
We're going to start filming at 1.
Whenever
I took half a day off.
When we're rich, we are going to have the most autistic friendly chairs that everything that touches us is so
I don't
soft.
ever want us sitting in separate chairs.
I mean, they'll be very close to each other.
No.
Well, then an autistic friendly couch that we're not sinking into.
Yeah. But we have to always be by each other, and then
We'll be by each
and then
other,
our
even if
guest,
we're in chairs.
and then no, but we have. It's our thing. We're on the couch under the same blanket.
I just like this muscle right here is like, feel it. Feel it.
No, thank you.
Please just touch it.
Why?
Tell me if it feels unusually tight. You gotta feel the muscle.
No, it feels like a neck. Champagne. Maya, mama. Oh my gosh, you're so beautiful.
When we move to New York someday,
I don't know how you're gonna feel about New York, but you'll love looking out the windows. Why aren't you? Not at my face, but
She likes routine. Wait for it.
okay.
Oh man, I thought I was gonna let go and I didn't. My brain didn't let it go.
That was the worst champagne pop we've ever done.
You're telling me
You hit yourself in the face. Can't wait
In
to
the
watch
eye.
that back. Well, welcome to We Weren't Crazy.
Welcome to We Weren't Crazy. I can't see out my eye. It hurts. Is it red?
Oh, it is actually watering. I thought you were being dramatic.
No, I literally hit my eye with it.
Shout out Lumify if you'd like to sponsor Felicia. I just don't trust those things. I don't know. Something about an eye drop that makes your eye whiter just seems like.
Okay, well, they're pumping our
Unhealthy.
skies full of chemtrails, so trust nothing.
Can you tell me about that? I want to know more about that because I didn't open all of your TikToks because I was on a different rabbit hole.
Oh,
What rabbit
God.
hole was I on?
Hold on.
I think I was actually down a rabbit hole about C-sections. Do you have a?
C-sections?
Yeah,
Do I have a what?
I don't know. I was concerned that you have an injury.
I do. I have glaucoma now that it hit my eye. What is that called? I don't know. I gave it to our dog one time. I was throwing the tennis ball and it bounced off the wall and hit him in the eye. This was right after I was adopted.
I know you told me this one time.
And then I was scared. And so I didn't tell my parents that the ball hit his eye. And then he had to have a fake eye put in. That's going to be me. Karma is a bitch. At least we'll get through this episode until the next one when I have a fake eye. Chemtrails. This actually would be a great episode to talk about conspiracy theories. So rose-colored glasses have been taken off. I think once we started the pod, what is wrong with my face?
Nothing.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I just smiled at you because it's true. Your rose-colored glasses have been taken off. That's why I smiled. It was nothing about your face. It literally is just true. And it makes me happy in my soul, not for you because I know that it's hard. It's been emotionally taxing, but I'm just so happy that you have come to the real dark side.
And it's not even the dark side. It's
The
the
real
real
side. That's what I'm
And
saying.
that's
The real side. But it just makes me happy. That's why I literally smiled at you like a creep because I've been here
I
this
know.
whole time.
I know.
And so now that you're like, wait, everything's a lie. I'm like, that's true.
And it's wild. I don't like using the term we're awake because it has the connotation of like when Trump, the QAnon people are like, we're awake. No, it's the veil has been lifted.
Yeah.
And we're seeing life for what it is. And they always say it's hidden in plain sight. The Simpsons have always called out things that are going to happen. It's not.
Yeah.
They're not
which is
predicting.
Very weird.
They're not predicting the future, though. That's the thing. Is I feel like sometimes we think, oh my God, they're predicting the future. No,
Right.
they're dropping hints to see who is going to pick up on the nuggets of truth. And you think about Squid Games.
I've really felt this like in my soul when I watched Squid Games, which the fact that I could even ever watch that to begin with.
I know. I thought it was going to be too violent.
Well, it's not even the violence for me. I can't watch things that are overdubbed or like in a different language or whatever. Oh no, the cord fell out of our little. Oh, mine's out too. Maybe by 10 p.m. we'll have 5 minutes of useful footage. But no,
we could just name this episode We Just Yap.
We don't
like
know.
literally.
What's
We're just
happening.
yapping. Every episode has a purpose. We're just yapping.
Anyway, so normally I wouldn't be able because as I said in the last episode, I have auditory processing issues and I always have to have subtitles on it. But for some reason,
Which I hate subtitles.
That's the only way that I know what's going on. Otherwise, it literally sounds like, like the Charlie Brown clips. I'd be like, wah, 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 wah. Like that's what it sounds like to me if I don't have the subtitles on. Like I have to read it at the same time. Only time that I can grasp what's happening without subtitles is the movie theater, but I think that's because it's
It's so
so
loud.
much sound that I can absorb it. Anyway, what were we talking about?
The Simpsons predicting the future. Oh, Squid Game. You couldn't
Chemtrails.
get through Squid Game because you have perfect teeth, by the way.
No, I don't.
You do. Did you
I
have
have
braces?
a huge gap.
Did
They
you have
all-
braces?
Yeah, and they're all moving.
They're perfect.
They're all moving.
At least they're real.
Says the one who's never had braces, and she has perfect teeth. You have perfectly straight teeth.
And I'm thankful for that. I've never denied. I am thankful that I literally
I
never
had
needed
braces.
braces.
And I never wore my retainers. That's why they're crooked and moving.
They're not crooked and they're perfect.
Yeah, they are. Look at on.
They're perfect. They're real.
And
People look
I
at that
had a
like
gap.
$1 million smile.
Oh, which side is it? The gap.
I love gaps.
Well, I shouldn't have a gap, but back.
But you got like thick. Your teeth
but
are
back,
like girthy.
but back in the back. That's a weird way to explain.
They are
teeth.
like think about
Girthy
like
teeth?
survival of the fittest. You would outlast anyone. Me, if I had to survive off of like nuts and grains, my teeth would fucking
Your
chip
teeth-
off and fall.
Why do you think
Because
that?
they're thin. Yours are like thick and like healthy. Hopefully that doesn't trigger you. Thick and healthy.
And go back to last episode. Anyway, okay, Squid Games, and then we'll go back to Chemtrails.
I hate everything. I hate my bra. Can I take it off? Will you be able to tell?
For the 700th.
I don't care. They're
For the
family.
700th time. No, this is your.
Well, my boobs have gotten bigger because I've gained 10 pounds.
As a reminder from the last time that we did a bra stripping, please Venmo or Cash App Felicia a tip. Woo! Good job.
Thank you.
So whenever I watched Squid Games, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that it didn't reveal people were watching them
No, it did.
until the like a few episodes into the like actual game part.
Oh, you're right.
So because at first I thought it was just a game for money, and then they bring in the additional layer.
Yep.
And I remember that weird porn that you showed me with the masks and stuff.
Yep.
And then just generally knowing other things that you've told me about. What's the one place that Courtney's friend worked at?
Oh, Bohemian Grove.
Well, even like Taken, like that's something as simple as human trafficking, but that's real life.
It
like
is real
they
life.
took her and were selling her, and that's real life. So with Squid Games, I was like, somebody didn't just, because I remember I watched it with my ex. I remember him saying something like, somebody's like so fucked up for making this up. And my full feeling was, this is not made up.
Yep. And at first I thought that too. I was like, whoever thought this in their brain was so fucked up. Because when I first watched it, it was before the mask was lifted, the veil was lifted.
Yeah.
But now it's like, no, they're just like hinting.
Well, and then there was that, it didn't even come out that long ago. Channing Tatum and his wife, I think they produced it, directed it, but he starred in it. And it was about them getting these girls to come to an island and they were hunting them.
Yep.
That is not made up.
So one of the audios that I sent you the other
You're
night.
still turned completely to the like flat.
Well, I don't know what to do.
I told you at the beginning, if you would just get Honey, I don't need a kiss right now.
This is what autism looks like.
You can't go up high.
Well, I have to because I want to. Ruh-roh. Okay, hold on. Just hold it. It's yours. We're gonna get this, I promise.
You are up on a different level than me, and I cannot get any higher.
I sent you the audio, and we can play it. And if we get hit by a bus, you know why.
Of what? Audio of what?
So it was the Virginia. She had put out audio on her it was on the deep web.
The dark web. It was on the deep web.
Because in my mind, and this is where it's kind of fucked up. In my mind, obviously trafficking is fucking evil.
Right.
But I've been raped a number of times where to me it's like it's survivable. You get what I'm saying? That's not like I'm not discrediting it, but it's like to me that wasn't.
Well, depending on what kind, like the taken kind of trafficking.
Right.
Where you're like
But-
locked up and shut up with drugs, or
Right.
like the elite.
I didn't understand that that's how heavy it was,
Right.
where they didn't have a choice to leave. Because in
Yeah.
the documentary, they kind of make it seem like they were brainwashed into staying, but they could leave if they wanted to, is how I interpreted that documentary. Because I've been brainwashed. I stayed, even though
Yeah.
I should have left. She was saying that they were, and she mentions Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton. She says that they would play a game where,
And the royal guy,
yep, what's his name?
Prince Andrew.
Yep. That they would be playing a game where they would have to run through the forest and basically be caught. Like it was a game.
I also saw that, and I haven't done any research to like validate these claims, but I saw something the other day that was in the 90s, which would have also been like when Bill Clinton was president, obviously, that there were these like paid excursions for wealthy Americans whenever there was this war going on in Bosnia. Basically, the rich Americans would go to Bosnia and they would be hunting like people, even children. They had to pay to
Mhm.
go. It was just like literally like Westworld kind of.
Right. Yeah.
And
That's another show. That's very,
yeah, and that like that's
especially
not
with AI
that's
becoming
not made
bigger.
up. I mean, obviously, like the AI part was made up in Westworld, but I think the rest of it, like that's what they want.
They say that AI
ultimately.
has been around so much longer than we realize.
I
But
wouldn't be surprised.
that's another rabbit hole I went down. Essentially, what they're saying is AI has been around for decades. We're just now seeing it, which makes sense. Why would they let us in on something as they're just getting in on it?
But
no.
they've also had access to us in all of these ways for so long, gathering our data and observing us.
Yeah.
If you think about in the grand scheme of things, like other than having control, the other reason could be to train AI. Why would AI be so good at being human already? I've asked Chat this. How do you act like a human? And it explains it.
And
it-
remember, when it first came out, we were told AI doesn't have feelings.
yeah.
It will say that it doesn't have
But
feelings.
the only reason that I feel like AI may not have been around longer than what we think is because I have watched some like really, really, really like scholar type people that are saying these models are getting out of control so fast that even the AI companies don't know how to fix it. And I believe that because if you actually look at like the science of how AI works,
right,
it's consistently getting smarter. So like
but this was predicted. This has been like, think about every movie you've seen where artificial intelligence, before we knew that it was actually a real thing, took over the world. Like
right.
it has
To like how did they know that?
They've because they've known it. We've been conditioned for so long. Nothing happens by chance. Nothing. Every single thing is orchestrated. For us to think that AI is getting out of control, that was all a part of the plan.
What I think that they didn't expect is
They don't make mistakes.
I think that they didn't expect that we would use it the ways that we have, because I've watched interviews.
They did.
No, but I'm telling you like what I've observed. I think they expected us to be more afraid of it and more cautious of it and to trust them. And we are all so jaded because we see through them.
Mhm.
And the thing is that them being like the wealthy in the government,
Mhm.
they have always been able to outsmart the American public.
Right.
And they've been able to feed us whatever information and make us believe whatever they want. We're at like a crossroad in history right now of people choosing, literally like waking up.
Yeah.
And being able to say, cool, I hope AI does take over the world, because they want us to be scared of that. I'm not fucking scared of it.
Right.
I'm more scared of these motherfuckers that are running the country. We're like, oh, we don't need to go wait in line for 87 years to see a doctor when we can get more accurate medical advice and save money because we don't have insurance.
Right.
Or, oh, I can have a therapist. We couldn't afford to go to therapy right now.
Right.
But and granted, you can't abuse AI, but I'm saying like I don't think that they expected us to embrace it in the way that we have. I think that they hoped they would be able to control us more and make us fear it. That's why we keep getting fed all of this like AI is bad, whatever. What could be worse
Right.
than humans?
Right.
Literally what could be worse?
Right. I agree to a certain extent. And I think where my mind goes is I went from trusting everybody to now trusting nobody,
Yeah.
even
Except each
AI,
other.
literally, except for my soulmate.
Right.
And that's where like AI, when you use it for good, it can be good.
Yeah.
However, I feel like it would be very naive for us to think that we would be handed something that could be used for good without someone pulling the strings. That's just like,
I think
and I'm glad we get to use it for what we're using it for.
it's data gathering for
Right.
sure.
Right. So, and somebody's getting all that data.
The founder of OpenAI, which is ChatGPT,
Right.
he said you can just tell he's fucking weird because all of these people that worked for him kept getting and that were whistleblowers were getting
Offed.
were getting murdered. They were saying
That's why we will never commit suicide.
yeah,
Even though
we're
we
not
thought about it.
we're not committing suicide. But this guy that committed suicide, the interviewer was like, he ordered Uber Eats 20 minutes before he committed suicide. People who are going to commit suicide don't do that. Is that like odd to you? That conversation led into, do you think there should be like legal protections around AI? Because right now it's like the fucking Wild West. And there were no controls over Facebook and stuff either. And I don't know if you watched a documentary on Netflix about how the 2016 election was hacked by the Russians. That's literally how Trump won because Facebook let them. They were able to access all of our data. They stole our data because there was no rules, regulations, anything at all.
Right.
In reality, we should be compensated for our data because they're harvesting all of our data from everywhere.
But we're also allowing it.
But we don't understand the depths of it. Like,
but we do.
Well, now we do, but we didn't at the beginning.
Right.
Now we
like
just,
the whole face,
now,
like the thumbprint.
Now we
to
just
open your phone.
Now we just don't care because they've conditioned us to not care.
Well, and we can't care because there's nothing we can do about it except for speak about it. You can't stop living just because you know what's going on behind the scenes.
No, but I had a point. Oh. So sorry, I just don't want to forget it. And it's like, you know, whenever it's like right on the tip of your head and it's gonna like sink into the back.
Don't forget it. You're talking so much, I would forget by now.
I know. I think my weed got me.
Oh, you had one too?
Well, I took a little quarter, but
we love weed.
He was like, yeah, there should be legal protections. And then he said something like, for example, there's no privacy protection on ChatGPT right now. It's not like HIPAA. So he's like, so people are using...
Well, and it shouldn't be.
And people shouldn't be using this as a therapy thing, which also, then I'm like, you're also saying that because you guys don't want us to be more aware. People are using this as a therapist, and then they're giving all their deepest, darkest secrets, and they think that like it's protected or what. And
why would they think
not?
it's yeah.
I'm like, I don't care. Like, you can harvest whatever the fuck you want.
Well, because we're also not saying like, how do I kill somebody? You know what I mean?
Right.
And it should flag that kind of stuff.
I don't even care. Gather my data. Watch me work through my trauma.
Well, and that's where it becomes like a mind fuck. We know what's going on, and we're building a platform where we're speaking about things that people don't talk about.
Yeah.
So that other people can hear it. It's almost like we are giving a tiny ray of hope in a very hopeless world. And I am an optimist. You know this.
Yeah.
But when you see how controlled the entire world is, part of your brain is like, well, what's the point? Yeah. And I think our point is we don't want to be on our deathbed someday thinking that we didn't have any type of impact.
Yeah.
And we are having an impact, and that's all that matters. We might not change the fucking world. And people who have changed the world, it just goes right back to the fucking same thing.
It's always a cycle too. If you look at history, every fall of every empire, every time that society reset itself, it happens every so often. And it's not unrealistic that that's what's happening, that we might live through that. And I don't know what that's going to look like, but I think that that's why the timing of this is so important, because I feel like there are definitely dark times ahead. There's been so many years that all that we've been infiltrated with is just like pop culture, pop culture, pop
Yep.
culture. And that's all people cared about. And
Mhm.
like I cared about it. Reality, like you love reality TV, so
Yeah.
I love certain reality
It's
TV.
harder
but like,
for me to watch it now, though, knowing that it's
Yeah.
like,
like very stage.
well, it's not, I don't think it's staged anymore. They feel like they have to do something so crazy to stay relevant.
Yeah.
And that's sad.
That was the culture for the past couple of
Mhm.
decades, and people are so fucking tapped out,
Yep.
and they're just like craving something real and something that's not curated and something that's not plastic surgeryed and filled. Like, we're always going to be Botoxed, but
Well, and if you think about it, my gummy's kicking in. God, I love weed.
did you eat a whole one?
No, half of one.
I ate like a quarter. You're way ahead of me.
When you say they're searching for something that's not plastic or curated, that's how you know that you have like started to step outside of this matrix. Even talking about body dysmorphia and how we got there, it's because of what we were bombarded with
Right.
socially. So now to finally crave realness, that means that when I look at you, obviously you're stunning, but I see your soul.
Yeah.
You see my soul. We're just bodies.
In a meat suit.
Yes. Let's talk about our souls. My soul has lived in New York before, and we will be in New York in 2027. Save this video for that moment.
Mark our words.
We will be back to conspiracy theories.
You never told me about chemtrails.
Oh, chemtrails. Why I get so triggered by it is because of the whole Trump thing, because I don't like Trump. And so
QAnon.
I don't like anybody who governs us, to be honest with you. It's just all fucking, it's a scam. Trust nobody.
Yeah, no.
Trust nobody.
I'm just letting you work through your
except for
feelings.
Jesus. If Jesus ran for president, I would vote for him. But he's not here to run for
I would vote for him too, with you.
Thank you.
Yeah, if Jesus is her homie and he's my homie.
Jesus for president. Merch. Oh my. I was going to sell out.
And then mine can be just the universe.
That's it.
The
Period.
universe.
We're not on
a
period.
black sweatshirt.
Yes.
And yours is like white. Jesus for president.
Jesus for president.
Period.
Anyways, chemtrails. So I remember like COVID happened and my mom was sending me all the stuff that she was seeing
Her
on.
mom was heavily influenced by MAGA.
But no, it was before it was QAnon. Who was it was
It was MAGA.
okay.
She was QAnon and MAGA are attached.
Okay.
They happened at the same time.
Is that when it started?
Mm.
I don't remember MAGA at all. All I remember is QAnon. No one was talking about MAGA.
They were. You just weren't. You were in Happy Land. This has been happening since 2016. You just weren't in the.
Really?
Yeah, you were living in your happy land. I'm happy for you that you got.
Why didn't
more
we ever
time
talk
there.
about it in 2016?
Because you didn't care.
You didn't either.
I did too. I watched the entire election and literally cried with Amber when Trump won.
Was that 2016? I had just been divorced, so I just
You
was
didn't
worried
care about
surviving.
politics or anything other than yourself. Part of the reason why you trusted me to talk about this stuff whenever you were starting to have your moments is because I've like kind of
Been there,
slowly
yeah.
had conversations in a gentle way.
Yeah.
But sometimes I would talk about it and I could tell that you didn't understand the gravity, like how big of a deal
Yeah.
it was. But a lot of people have been that way.
Because I was still stuck in the matrix. I still was doing the same thing every day, and that was okay with me. You were
10,
beyond
15
that.
years ago, it didn't matter this much. I mean, it mattered.
It did, though.
But it didn't. Like, the government has always been fucked up. But the what we're dealing with now is a completely different fucking beast.
The reason why it is
Can I
because
finish
we
my
know about
thought?
it now.
No, it's not, Felicia. At least before, both sides, there were rules and they followed them. That's what at least kept democracy and kept the power in the people's hands, because when they formed this country, they set up the government so that there were all of these checks and balances that have to happen. There's always going to be corruption. There's always going to be shit that's
Right.
fucked up. But there were people in the government at that time that were still so committed to that belief on their sides, but respectful of the government. So even if they strongly disagreed with that side, they understood this is how the government works.
Right.
And we follow the rules and we respect that we follow the rules.
Yeah.
Where we are now, this is unprecedented times in America. No one has ever literally just overthrown the Constitution continuously over and over and over, overthrown courts,
Yep.
overthrown whole governmental systems, and building a ballroom. Like, he's not planning on leaving the White House.
Nope.
He told people, if you vote this election, you won't have to vote again. I just
Yep.
need you to vote. He's not planning on leaving. That is where our government has never been. And that's what's scary.
Well, and
And we still have 3 more years to go. And I don't think we're going to be able to get out of it.
I don't even think that we're going to make it 3 years as a society.
Well, we
I
have to
genuinely
because
don't.
we have a podcast.
Well, our podcast, we will find generators and do whatever we need to. We will be the broadcasters during the apocalypse. Like,
Yeah.
shh, tune into
Felicia and Andrea row across the Atlantic.
to
to make it to
WWC. I know your eyes have been opened far longer than mine have. I will say, like, when mine got opened, it took me to such a spiritual level. Because I feel like it's one thing to have your eyes open and just like see things for what they are. But like us as like spiritual beings, it takes it to the 100th degree. Now you see everything. You see
Yeah.
the fact that we're being poisoned every day in our food. I love alcohol, but it's poison. Everything that we do is poisonous.
Even when you just break it down, if you take out everything complicated, if you just look at most simple things, the food that we eat and the water that we use. I've had multiple people that have told me when they have gone to Italy, they have ate all the pasta, all the bread, drank all the wine, and they come back skinnier, feeling better, with no IBS.
I wasn't hungover once in Paris.
Yeah.
Not one time.
The chemicals that there are no restrictions on it, on any of this shit that's banned over there. Why the fuck do you think it's banned over there?
The creamer I drink every day is
they
banned
have
over there.
universal health care. They have systems where the taxpayers pay into the system, and then they have childcare, health care, sick leave. They have all of those things. They don't need to make their people sicker.
Right.
So, hello, why does our country need to make us sicker? Because we're the only developed country that doesn't have universal health care. What does that mean? That means that all of the health insurance companies, they are profitable, and they also, all of the wealthy people profit from it. All the politicians are involved in it. So the only way I'm really on a soapbox, but it's a real thing.
Yeah.
Like, the only way
I mean,
for
we
them to
witnessed
profit
it
is to make
firsthand.
us sicker.
Yeah.
Make us sicker.
My mom even said something that was huge. Like, and keep in mind, this is somebody who I respect very, very highly. After I finished my epiphany, is she told me, she was like, never get a mammogram. Because what happens when you get a mammogram is they smash your boob. If there is something in your body, when it's smashed, it breaks it open so that it starts to eat your body. So, and I asked her, I was like, I wonder how many women found out they had breast cancer, or I wonder how many women died of breast cancer that never got a mammogram.
I don't know. See, I've never heard that, but that doesn't scientifically make sense to me.
It does to me.
I'm a little bit more scientific, so I'm just saying, like.
But why wouldn't they want to make money? I had a friend go to the dentist. She had.
Well, I'm not saying that like, how I look at it is they give us cancer through other things, and then they tell us you have to have a mammogram every year. You have to have this, so that we go and we pay.
That's why I want to know.
But we pay that. So my theory is that requires people to be conditioned to every year for the rest of their life, once they turn 40 or whatever, they will go to get their mammogram. Regardless of if they get a mammogram or not, they're going to get cancer because of the environment. She's very good about getting her pap smears. Got 2 years in a row, she went and she got her pap smear and they called her back and they told her, "We think that we found abnormal cells and you need to come back and we have to do a biopsy and your insurance covers X amount and it's going to be $800 cash up front." I just remember thinking when she told me that, because I remember the year before they called her and told her the same thing. And I was like, I don't want you to not listen to medical advice, but this seems very weird to me
Yep.
that you're going to your yearly and you leave your yearly and every year they're saying, well, we found something suspicious, so we're going to need to perform this thing that's X amount of dollars out of pocket and charge your insurance for it. And if you don't, you could have cancer.
It's all about money, all of it. And here's another thing that I think about, and I've been thinking about this a lot, and it's something that might sound really fucking crazy, but
Too bad you dropped the lip gloss. Your lips are so glossy, and I feel like mine are.
no, yours are very glossy. Is it still recording? I love how we interrupt every time I'm about to have an epiphany. Can I have it first? I'll give you lip gloss if you can open that.
What is this?
My nicotine lozenges. A month and a half vape free, guys.
Why is it like, I guess, for children?
And yet they'll let them eat dishwasher pods.
Here she goes again.
Oh, you're going to check the film.
You said you wanted to have your epiphany first.
Oh, yeah. These are so gross, by the way.
You can't film with that in your mouth.
I'm not. It's in my hand. No, I like it.
It's rattling.
I won't rattle it. I just
Put it down.
have to hold it. There are people out there who, first of all, say, okay, take it, fine. Rattle it a little bit.
She did.
Think about the brain and how powerful it is and how we let our thoughts consume us to the point where, like, I fucking break shit. Other people murder people.
She broke her round brush.
Other people, like, it's just, our brains have so much power. Why can't they control what's going on in our body? And I think that we're being fed poison, obviously, every day. And that's why I literally had to stop telling myself that I had cancer. Because, I mean, my biological mom died of cancer. My grandma died of cancer. And I just always thought, like, that's going to be the death of me.
They were
when
also
I
doing
s-
drugs their whole lives.
It was lung cancer, which is associated with cigarettes, which went to brain cancer for both of them.
Right.
However, what I'm saying is our brains have control of every cell in our body. And that's why I think that when cancer patients do, or not all of them, I mean, I would hope anyone could do this that has cancer and survive. But when you stop feeding the poisonous cells that are in you, which comes with fasting, because
This
sugar
isn't true,
and
though, with actually how cancer works. Once it's in you, it's not true.
sorry,
Swallow it or whatever you're going to do.
I have to suck on it.
No, you literally can't. What were we talking about right before this?
Cancer. Oh. Remember earlier
Wait.
when I was like,
Wait.
let's film something lighthearted.
No. What I was going to say, I think that if you are not consuming the things that we are consuming, if you're even, and this is going to sound weird No, at this point, who cares? But
If it's weird, it's
so,
probably true.
it all circles back. So Kobe, he lived to
Mhm.
be 16 and a half. With Kobe, once we moved to Nashville, like so we moved to Nashville when he was 3. Like once we moved here, like I didn't have money to take them to the vet every year.
Mhm.
And I grew up with farm animals. So I
Mhm.
was like, it wasn't like important to me.
Right.
Once we moved here, and then once I met Amanda and she was taking Lacey to the vet all the time, then I started taking them to the vet more. I've put them on like heartworm medicine and stuff for a while, but every single time I took them to the vet, I felt like we were leaving having to buy stuff. And I'm like, okay, but why do they need heartworm medicine? And why do they need this, like shots and all? I get rabies, but like, why do they need this medication that I have to buy that's $150 every 6 months?
Right.
When dogs lived for years and years and years, and the average age of a dog, even growing up in the 90s, the
Mhm.
average age like lifespan of a dog was like 12 to 13 years. Now it's 9 to 10. So all of that to say, I really didn't take Kobe or Daisy, either
Right.
one, to the vet. Daisy was a golden retriever. Purebred dog is going to be more predisposed to have cancer. I never kept them on medications long term. He lived to be 16 and a half years old.
Mhm.
No dogs live that long anymore. And
Especially big dogs.
literally when we took him in, the vet was like, how old is he? And I said 16 and a half. He was like, wow, he must be really loved to live that long. And which is
Aw,
true.
it is.
But I also didn't have them on medications. Like
Yep.
I didn't. I just don't trust this system.
No, not at all. And why should we? I remember when I was the last time I went to the dentist before Paris, the dentist before that, when I was like 18 years old.
Oh yeah.
Because it had been over 20 years.
That's crazy.
I was told that I needed my wisdom teeth removed. They were like, it's urgent that you get your wisdom teeth removed because they're impacted and they're going to fuck up your teeth. I haven't had them removed. If I had
they told you.
they told me I needed them removed.
Oh, when you were 18.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
they made it seem very urgent.
Well, that's too. So the gap that I have here, and this is a weird TikTok rabbit hole I ended up down. I saw this TikTok of this guy being like, if you're a millennial and you fell victim to the I have too many teeth in my mouth scam, raise your hand. And I was like, that's a scam? Because I vividly remember I was like, I think I was probably like 10 or 11. And this is where whenever we said the Munchausen thing about my mom, fuck, we should check the camera. I can't get up because Maya's on me. I just need you to make sure it's still going.
Just kidding.
Just push stop.
Don't trust me.
I do. So push stop.
I don't trust myself. New videographer.
Oh, I bumped my head like 3 times today. I bumped my knee yesterday to the point where I could barely walk.
It's because we lack spatial awareness. We run, like, that's why I run into things all the time.
I wonder if people who have emotional awareness lack spatial awareness.
That's a good question. But you know what's weird? Now that you say that, why is it that I can read someone's energy from across the room, but I'll run into a table that's like right in front of me?
You know what's something that I just realized? Hold on, I'm pulling out my camel toe.
Oh my God.
Anytime we say, you know what's weird?
It's not weird.
It's true.
It's literally not weird.
And the fact that we
The
think
lip
it's-
gloss. But now
It's not weird.
you can check the camera sometimes.
But make sure I didn't fuck it up.
I can't. Can you put your head in there? Wow, you had cleavage.
I know! Because I gained 10 pounds.
Get up and move your thing back
I do that every time and it doesn't stay.
because you move so much. Anyway.
Booty, rocking everywhere. Rocking everywhere. Boop.
Ow!
Bing, bop, boom, bop, beam. What's that song?
Oh, that reminds me of Inside Out. Her imaginary friend was Bing Bop.
I literally had never thought about the fact that, like, our government could be putting things in the air. And then chemtrails seem so extreme to people. However,
What is the version of chemtrails that you... I've heard a lot of different theories. So, like, what is
so there's
your...
a few. I haven't dove deep into what they're actually putting in the air. It's called cloud seeding, or what is it called? What? No, listen. What is it called? Seeding.
Cloud seeding. I think you're right. I don't know. I don't know anything about chemtrails. That's what I'm
So
asking.
why? Okay, it's so we control our climate, and literally that's why that whole thing in Texas where that camp was flooded, all in hill country, 130 something people died, and a lot of people think it had to do with cloud seeding. It is a known
Or climate
fact.
change.
No, it is a known fact that we control our.
It's also a known fact that climate change is real.
It is, but
So what
should
if
it
it's
not scare
both?
the shit out of you?
What if
that-
it's both?
Should it not scare the fucking living shit out of us that we can control our weather?
No, I don't.
We are playing God. That's fucking scary. That's Truman Show shit. Like, and that's why, like, I went from going
I
down a
wonder-
rabbit hole of chemtrails to seeing. It's not cloud seeding. It's like weather seeding.
I'm at the point where I like don't even know what's real or not. So it's like
Nothing
it's
is
like
real.
what is real?
Real?
I believe in science. That's why I believe that climate change is real because you can see the data. But it's not unreasonable to say they're controlling the weather. Can you pull up on chat?
So, if you can recall the other night when we were talking about chemtrails and cloud seeding.
If you can recall.
Yes, I remember that conversation. Yeah? Why do you say yeah? Yeah, I remember that conversation.
Probably because it emulates how you talk.
Let's hear out loud.
Yeah, I remember that conversation. You were trying to describe the documented scientific process where humans can intentionally influence the weather, specifically by promoting rain. Real name for what you were talking about is cloud seeding.
My
Here's the
closed
breakdown.
captions.
It's a form of weather modification where planes or ground devices release particles like magnets for moisture, helping water droplets form around them and eventually triggering rainfall or snowfall. It doesn't
I
create
have heard
clouds
that.
or storms out of thin air. It works only if clouds already exist.
You said it doesn't create clouds or storms out of thin air. It only works if clouds already exist. It basically nudges the atmosphere in the direction it was already headed. So, what that says to me is that they found a way to elevate the things that they wanted to have a lever on. So,
Which is scary.
is there political unrest? Do we need a tragedy? Then we need to locate the clouds that are looking
yeah.
a little shady. And but this is where I feel like the two could coincide is that climate change is still very real.
Right, yeah.
But, and this actually makes sense because the Republicans have been so climate change isn't real. And the left has been like climate change is real, environment. But I'm wondering if the reason why the Republicans are saying climate change isn't real is because they know that they can use climate change to elevate the weather where they want. The weather has to already exist for them to do what they want to profit.
But this is globally. This isn't just America. This is all over the world.
It's not as bad as like the weather. I think the weather shit that happens here is like,
I mean, it's, yeah.
I mean, there's tsunamis and shit like that. There's other weather things that happen. But if you look at all of the weather, again, if you compare other continents to the amount of types of weather that we have in the US, earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes,
Right.
like windstorms, hailstorms,
All of it.
like drought, like extreme heat, like all of the things.
Right. I think where my mind goes is
Love how we got
it's
so deep
not
into weather.
America versus Americans. America is not the end all be all.
No,
Like,
it's
there
not-
is a
I'm saying it's
global.
I'm saying
There are humans that are think of like
for sure, but our country, they have fed us the giant lie that we are free,
exactly.
and we are not.
no
They
one's
have fed
free.
us this lie that like communism is so terrible. Look up the definition of communism.
Mhm.
Am I saying that China's perfect? Absolutely not. But and there's a lot of legal shit that happens there. A lot of
Nowhere's
a lot
perfect.
of base rule human rights, things like that. Like they, as far as equality for women, for gays, whatever, it's not great. But it's not here either. I told you about the experience whenever they were banning TikTok and I went to Red Note and seeing their lives and
Right.
what they have, like they were taking us grocery shopping and they were like, we were posting videos and it was the first time that America and China got to come together as people. And our country never thought we'd fucking do that.
Right.
So people were posting like San Francisco, homeless people, and the Chinese were commenting saying, this can't be San Francisco where the movies are made. This can't be real. Like they genuinely could not believe that we have homeless people like we do. They're like, what do you mean he's a veteran? Why would he not be taken care of?
Right.
Or they would post the like the benches that they make that are specifically to deter homeless people. And the comments on that were like, oh my God, I always thought America was such a dream place.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they do this to people without homes? Because it's literally architecture made to make sure homeless people can't lay on it.
Right.
We were conditioned, especially generations before us,
Mhm.
to think communism is bad. But if you look up what communism is, it's literally like you all pay into a system and you are all equal. There's no giant wealth. There's
Right.
no extreme poverty. They're homeless is like little to nothing.
Right.
The picture we've been painted of that is not true.
Right.
And the money that they pay into taxes goes into their infrastructure. That's why their cars aren't sold here. The phones they make aren't sold here because they are so far ahead.
Right.
Like they're driving robots.
Yeah.
And their cities, their infrastructure, they have like super trains that can travel
I
like
saw that, yeah.
700 miles. And all of their cities are clean. They're safe. I've watched American TikToks that have, I almost said migrated. What do you call it? Immigrated. Migrated birds.
I mean, it's kind of the same
But
thing.
I've watched them. They like the
Actually, that kind of is true. The only reason it's immigrated is because you're going into a country that you're not from, but migrating is universal.
Well,
Wow.
breakthrough.
For
Give me a
real,
hand. Breakthrough.
we literally have created the term immigrant.
Maybe we have.
Why don't we all just migrate? Why do we have to be immigrants? Why aren't we allowed into it? That's something I went down a rabbit hole of.
But
Why
wait.
are we not allowed into other countries? We're all fucking human beings.
What do you
We're the
mean?
ones who created the rules. We're the ones who created
Oh.
borders. We're the ones who said you're not
you
allowed
have,
here
you have
because
to
you're
have,
born
You have
here.
to have a passport. Yeah. Mhm.
Like, what the fuck?
I know.
By the way, America was founded because we slaughtered
By the way,
Native Americans. So it's like, what the fuck?
I didn't finish my thought though.
Sorry.
The Americans that moved to China that I've ended up on their TikToks.
Immigrated.
Whatever.
Migrated. 'Cause
So
we migrate.
one, there's this one I saw the other day. I am just like really passionate about this, and I'm gonna go on a fucking tangent. But they moved to their teachers. They teach English. They sent their kid to a school, and they got to go the first day, and like they videoed all of it. And the school experience is magical. There's all of this stuff about like their feelings, and it's a lot of sensory stuff. But they're doing 3-year-olds, 5-year-olds. They're like knitting, they're building things. They're not just like playing with blocks.
Mhm.
And then women that have moved there, like single women, they will take videos and be like, this is me walking around Beijing as a white female
Mhm.
alone at 2 a.m. and I am not scared because everyone has a home. Everyone's fed. Everyone's healthy.
Right.
No one has guns.
Mm.
And even in other countries that people have moved to, like I've watched like Germany, Italy, Netherlands, you see how relieved they look and how
Mhm.
the heaviness is gone. And they're like, my kids go to school and I don't have to worry that they're going to get shot.
Yep.
And I get to take 2 years off because I had a baby. We're just sold this idea that America is so great.
What's wild though, like even just hearing us talk about this, it's real. And in the same token, like Lydia came to work the other day, like her parents are still in Kyiv or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And like being bombed every day. There's genocide happening.
Well, and they don't even want us to know that. The only reason that we
Exactly.
even know that
And
is
that's why,
because of
but
like TikTok, which are taking
but
over.
like what it like,
Because think about how many times have you seen any of that on Instagram?
and that's why I told Lydia, I was like, I don't know, like what is
That's
going
why
on.
they wanted to take over TikTok
But like
because
that's
we were
such a
seeing what
mind
was
fuck.
happening in the
That's
world.
such a mind fuck because it's like here we are saying like we live in America and it fucking sucks. Hello, like they're literally living
Well, but
in
the
a
world
war
is
zone.
but the world is very big, and there is the bottom of the barrel, the terrible, like the awful war zone genocide happening, then there's countries that actually are taking care of their people, and there's America.
Yeah.
But they've been trying to make us think that we are the
yeah.
best of the best, the rich of the rich,
Yep.
the best country. Everyone wants to move here. And even hearing the Chinese people react to it, that's what they have been told too.
Yeah.
They can't afford to come here before they move. They move, they pick up their whole lives,
Yep.
and they move here, and they have to start a life regardless. And there are certain freedoms that they have here that they don't have there. I'm not saying that like everything about China is better by any means, but I'm just saying that the moment that I was able to actually see real Chinese citizens and Americans interact on
Mhm.
actual real footage from each other's countries and seeing the peace in their life,
Mhm.
and it was simpler, and it wasn't consumerism, and it wasn't how much stuff do you have and how big is your house,
Mhm.
but everybody had a house
Yep.
and everybody had food.
But then there
Just-
wouldn't be fame. There wouldn't be.
It
there
wouldn't
there
feed the
wouldn't be- There
machine.
wouldn't be celebrities. There wouldn't be people that you like idolize. Like,
Yeah, because
which would be like a real mind fuck if you think about it. Like
right,
Taylor Swift would just be your neighbor. You
Right.
get what I'm saying? So
well,
it's like,
and then you have like, and no matter what. So China for an example, but I think it's totally different if we were talking about like Switzerland or like the Netherlands or whatever. Like I genuinely think that those are actually good countries to live in.
Right.
If you look at just overall quality of life, how people are taken care of, how safe people are, I think that does exist in a few
Mhm.
places because people have protected it. And like New Zealand has a female prime minister.
Mhm.
And that was a huge deal. And she has like put all of these things in place that have made it even better, even safer. If women ran the world, it would be a completely different situation. But in China, they are required to basically like worship their leader. They are living a very happy life of like, they always have food, they have medical care, they have a job, like they have, I would say, like a baseline of life.
Right.
If I did a pros and cons list, I truly would pick that life. I still need a fucking passport. I know. I
The
know.
whole world is fucked. Literally the whole world.
You know, whenever we go on Amazing Race, though, we'll be able to visit a lot of countries.
And,
And then we
know
could,
all the
you
ins and
know,
outs.
figure out where we feel like the safest. And then we move there.
No,
and
we're
then the
safe.
podcast,
No, we're safe.
Switzerland, Netherlands.
I read something about Switzerland that kind of turned me off. It's beautiful. The only
What
safe
could turn
place,
you
the
off
only
from
safe-
Switzerland?
The only safe place.
You also just said you could get cancer from your boob being smashed, not eating.
Fasting is, look it up. Fasting starves your body of cancer cells. They have to feed off of something.
I love you so much.
I'm not saying
do
starve
you know,
yourself.
But do you know that if that was how you cured cancer, that people would not have cancer?
Well,
People die doing that.
who's died doing that?
There are so many documentaries about people that say this exact same thing, this wellness centered, starve the cancer.
Yeah.
And it's not true. Once cancer is, that's why what I was telling you earlier, it's not about that. It's about not consuming the things that give you cancer. But we
Yeah.
also can't not consume them because it's in the air, it's in the
everywhere.
water, whatever.
Literally everywhere.
But you can't starve the cancer out.
Okay, well, what was I saying before that?
I just need you to really like.
I get it. I get it.
You just seemed like really convinced in that, and that's where I get a little concerned when
Don't
you
be
start reading
concerned.
things because that's not real.
Okay, I get it.
You can't starve cancer out of your body.
I get it.
It's cells multiplying.
I get it. You just explained that. What was I saying?
But you
before
said
that?
it like 3 times now.
Okay, well, we forgot what I was saying before that. The world isn't real. Break out of the fucking matrix. That's why I want you to do shrooms. Like, we are going to do shrooms because literally, if you think about it, first of all, why are shrooms illegal when I can grow them in my closet?
Why is weed illegal? Do you know how much safer
Because-
weed is than alcohol?
Because it opens up parts of your brain.
And because if you have alcohol, then you
It
get
poisons
cancer.
you.
If you have
Yep.
alcohol, you drive and you fucking wreck.
Mhm.
That's why they're fucking banning it. Even the workarounds.
Yep.
Good thing in 2027 we'll already be fucking out
And
of
good
here.
thing I know how to grow shrooms. hit me up. But for real, I know how to now. I'm going to do it tomorrow.
I would love to see, but I'm not trying your first batch.
I will try it. I need to write my will. I'm kidding. No, I had friends grow them in high school. They like know what they're doing. It's easy. All it is
In
is
high
like,
school, you're 39.
What do you mean?
You had friends grow them in high school. They
Yeah.
know what they're doing.
They knew the exact method that I learned. That's how you grow shrooms. So
You're trusting what
doesn't
you.
change.
You're
No,
trusting your high school
no,
recollection.
I looked it up on the internet. There's a lot of TikToks. And they did it, and I was like, what are you doing? That's so dumb. But now I know how to do it.
Anyway, sometimes we. You know what? We just really wanted to bring you guys into a realistic conversation.
I appreciate, and I think hopefully they appreciate. After I shot my eye out for this episode.
We had some topics, but
We actually didn't.
we did.
We came in here not.
I had two topics. We were going to talk about the holidays, and we were going to talk about the way the way men have it easy.
Yeah.
But I'm not in the mood
we
to talk
also
about
didn't-
either one of those.
Me neither. Also, I forgot that those. We didn't talk about that today.
I said, I'm just not feeling passionate about them. And you were
Yeah.
like, me neither. But I was talking about the topics. I just didn't say the topics.
I thought you were talking about your mom.
No.
I thought you were going to talk about like your
No.
mom stuff.
I was talking about the
Because
holidays.
remember you did say, you're like, maybe for the next few episodes, I'll talk about some of my trauma.
Well,
to,
yeah,
like,
no, but
lift the load.
well, I'll carry it now. No, well, but I did say we need to
So
talk
I
about
didn't think
a
you
few
wanted to talk about
things.
that, which was fine.
Oh, no, I just was like, I'm not in the mood to talk about Christmas.
So now we're Christmas chemtrails.
It's going to be a wild ride.
I can't wait till we have a studio where we literally like. I finished the second season of Nobody Wants This, and I was like, to be able to go somewhere just like talk.
But I also feel like we're going to have like a last time we film here
I
before we
know.
go to New York.
We're gonna shoot the money gun,
That makes me like want to cry.
and we're gonna film packing up our houses.
Yeah, but then I feel like we're going to be in that studio and be like, it's not the couch. You know, like it'll be like magic in its own way, but it'll never be this.
I think that it's still gonna feel like the couch though.
I don't think that it will ever be this, but it'll be like its own
I do.
thing.
I think it's gonna
No.
feel like this.
No, but I'm saying you're not listening. Nothing is ever going to be where we started. When we are looking out and we have a camera on me and a camera on you and a camera there and people behind us and lights and this set that's so beautiful that we spent all this time designing and it's perfect, we're going to be so happy and so excited and we're going to be so proud and we're going to love it. But there's going to be little moments that we're like, sometimes I just wish it was as simple as the couch.
Yeah.
And once we leave this, the podcast is an empire.
See, and that's where I think that we are yin and yang, is because
It doesn't make it, I feel like you take it negative.
No, it's not negative at all.
But it's never going to feel like this in another place. Not like this feeling.
This couch means something to me because it's your grandma's. None of this and none of what's going to happen is going to matter. How many times on camera have I looked at you and said, we're talking to each other, you're talking to me, it's you and I on this couch. I don't care where we are, it's you and I. My experience is going to be with you.
I'm talking about $40 mics and lights that we got open box on Amazon and a phone that keeps running out of storage.
But that's the logical part
the
of your
grind.
brain.
No, this is the grind. And when we get to that place and we don't have to worry about those things, and we always have perfect lighting, and we always have cameras that.
But I also
room,
haven't had to
and
worry
we
about perfect
also-
lighting because you made it happen.
But
But do you get what
Felicia,
I'm saying?
No,
Do you
because
get where
I
I'm
don't-
coming from,
Because I
though?
think you're missing my point. It's always going to be us. This is always going to be the magic.
But I don't have to worry about perfect lighting because you make sure it's perfect.
But this
I don't have to worry about camera footage because you make sure it's perfect. But do you get what I'm saying? Is I haven't had to worry about these things. So it's I step in here in a studio. It's you have made this happen, so you will want to come back to, like, there will be moments where you're like, "Don't you remember?" And I'm like, "No, all I remember is perfect lighting that Andrea made happen."
I think that neither of us will know until we're in that experience, but I do think that when it's a studio and there's more pressure and there's like people relying on us and people watching us and people we have to talk to, I think that the experience will be different. It
It will
won't
be
be
different.
just us. We will be the heart of it, but it won't be just us. This is an incredibly important part of our journey that I will always have so much love for.
Mm-hmm.
And I want it to be its own thing because it's what built us.
Right.
So I don't want to ever be in a fancy studio and forget where we came from.
I don't either.
So
That's not what I
that's
was
like that,
saying.
but that's what I was saying. It's not about technical. It's about where we started and where we're going to end up.
Yeah.
And maybe it is different for you because you do kind of get to like show up and sit here and be here. You still have you're the one that clipped the hair clip on the filter.
Yeah.
You're the one that has to test the mics. You're the one that has me pushing the mic up. Like someday when I don't have to move your mic and we don't have to worry about the filter and we don't like,
Right.
you're going to remember these moments because you've been in that with me. So as much as you think that you wouldn't be like, you wouldn't realize those things or you
Right.
wouldn't feel those things, you will be like, wow, there's no hair clip on our lights now. What do you mean? I don't have to move my
What do you mean we have
mic?
makeup artists?
So that's where like,
No, I get it. I guess in my brain, I just see our souls from this couch moving to the next couch, and it's the same souls, and nothing else matters. That's like, it's just the
well,
lighting could
yeah,
change, the people could change, but it's our souls. So no matter where our souls go and what they do, I mean, obviously, this is always going to be our home. And we're taking this couch wherever we go.
well, duh.
We may not sit on it every time that we film, but it's going to be every green. People are going to hate us. We're going to be like in our green room. We're moving in a couch.
Well, thank you for being here.
You're welcome, actually.
If you ever want to know what it's like whenever we're just sitting around and
Having
consuming legal substances, then that's what it's like. Feel free to chime in the comments if you have anything mean to say. Don't.
We would love to
But
hear
if
it.
you would like to chime in about, conspiracy theories, I don't know, give us a topic. If you would like, what would you like us to talk about?
The red pill or the blue pill? Is that what they are? Red and blue? Which one have you taken? Let us know in the comments.
I'm gonna drop them. I'm
And
gonna
then
put
we
animations of it.
Unpack that later. Ew, my fingers are so fat.
We weren't crazy.
And neither are you. Hold on, look at that. Pull that ring off. Look it left a dent.
I need food though.
Holy smokes.